Yeah. Let me check mine.
So now we got to do a whodunit. And I knew I would get content out of this. One of you sleazeballs actually took more than y'all was supposed to take from Corey. We'll uncover it later. On the BTS. I'm putting it out, too.
Bust your head, boy.
Who done it, boy?
Somebody did a lot more.
Corey's going to press one.
Somebody went in there and took it. Somebody, you know what I mean?
Everybody,
Oh shit, it's me.
I can't believe y'all stole each other's bonus money.
No, we didn't steal nobody's
No,
bonus
they
money.
stole Corey's
It's not gonna be
bonus.
Right, I'm about to say, not each other.
Not each other.
We didn't steal each other's?
Yeah, that's gonna be bad karma. That's gonna be bad karma for y'all in 2026.
Now, you knew I was gonna hop on here and start speculating about anything money related. Joe, you're wild. Even though you said this was for content, making a public display of it, that's extra. Why'd you have to do that? Just take your $25 and move on. Of course, you started with Erickson, shout out to him, and you always make a point to salute the people working behind the scenes because they make everything run. I get that, but the fact that you made a spectacle of it, come on. Erickson, get your $2,500. Parks, get your $2,500. Parks stayed quiet, holding it up to the light, which we'll get back to. Ice, take your $2,500-ish, and so on. Then there's Mark, jokingly taking more than he was supposed to because he said he was taking Mona's bonus. Funny content? Sure. But Flip took his money, put the envelope on the table, and called it out. Hey, some money's missing. Joe got pissed immediately. They started counting again, and of course, Mark had an extra $100. Parks knew that because he didn't flip it correctly, he had to get his out early. Money sticks together, no pointing fingers. Eventually, Mark realized he had the extra $100 and gave it back. He tried to move on, but Joe kept bringing it up. I can't believe you tried to steal bonus money. Every time Joe said that, Mark tried to segue to another topic, avoiding the spotlight. This whole situation reminded me of Thanksgiving a few weeks back. Joe asked everyone if they prayed, and they said no. Later, he asked if they'd choose $1 trillion or a 10-minute meeting with God. They chose the money. That same frustration showed up here, except this time it was real money and on camera. Bets between friends? Fine, that's fun, harmless. But taking $100 on camera in front of everybody? That's a different level. If Flip hadn't called it out, nothing would have happened. They'd have gone on their merry way, and that $100 would have vanished quietly. I'm not trying to point fingers, but damn, a spade is a spade. Can we at least call it what it is? Everybody's quick to aim at Flip, and trust me, I'm getting to him, because what he was doing was ridiculous. But let's not skip over Mark like his behavior was just content. We're calling out Flip for begging for his bonus, but what was Mark doing? Talking about rolls, Rolexes, extra bonuses on top of bonuses like it's nothing? That tells you exactly how he views the rest of them. When Flip asked what the most someone has spent on a gift outside of family, Mark basically said, "You just found out," even though they've gotten bigger bonuses in the past. Then, when Flip mentioned trying to give money back for taxes, Mark was throwing slick shots there too. Like, nah, you're the one who took the bread. You took it, not me. But let's circle back to Flip. Because Flip, what you're doing is nasty, bro. It really is. If I'm calling a spade with Mark, I have to do the same with you. You openly say you get paid the same while doing less, showing up half the time, and still collecting the same check as when you were there every day, yet you're the loudest one begging for a bonus. I'm not saying anyone doesn't deserve a bonus. Get your money, always. But you can't live how you're living on the JBP and be the first one crying about a bonus. It doesn't work like that, and it shouldn't. And Joe, this whole thing, from the outside looking in, feels like dangling a carrot on a stick. There's no way in hell I'm passing out bonuses on camera like that. No way. You could have just said on air that bonuses were given and let people speculate about the amount. Instead, you're counting cash out of envelopes, passing money around like a campfire scene with Joe as the leader. Unless you're pulling money out of the envelope too, what are we really doing? Especially when you're saying this has been one of the best years since this iteration formed, and this is how it's handled? That's crazy. All right, let's break this down. You're over here getting commercials, landing New York Times features, the biggest publicity push of your career, even more than when you were in Slaughterhouse under Eminem, and this is how you view us? That part alone felt nasty to me. Sure, some of this might make good content, but I'm keeping it 100. I'm sharing my real feelings. Everybody outside of Ice and Ish has already shown why they don't want y'all rising with them. But Flip, what I'm about to say is serious. You're gonna need to cut this behavior out if you want to stay on the JBP. Joe didn't let that slide. He squared up with you when you tapped his pockets, like real talk. Don't ever do that again. I'm not joking. Don't touch my pockets. Stop begging. There's nothing for you to beg for. That was a straight-up check. And then there's Mark talking about taking Mona's bonus, and Mona wasn't even in the room. That's telling. Considering the push she's gotten and how well she's received by the audience, doing that in her absence is wild. Sure, he says she's accounted for, but how? That part's unclear. All of this is speculative on my end, just trying to spark a conversation. But money? Nah, you don't play with the money. Ice was even joking about making it rain like a stripper, and I don't even know if I'd let that slide. When money gets involved, it changes everything. That's serious. So yeah, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and if you're already rocking with the page, you know how we do. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. Another video just dropped. Y'all have been turning up over there. Appreciate all the support. Peace.